platform, so much of Little Mac's pressure, or so much of Byleth's pressure, doesn't have an escape route that's still in center stage.
Exactly, yeah.
Justin Byleth forced to go to the ledge, just like both of these players might be forced to do it. Unfortunate draw from Deltaforce, though, as these two, not only do they both go to the same locals, they both go to the same school. These two are NJIT students, and it's unfortunate because Deltaforce has a real hard problem with Snake.
Who's going to get the bragging rights as they enter homeroom on Monday? We'll find out here. And right now, it's just the Sheik in Deltaforce right now running away with it. You think that the bombs and the grenades would help out, sort of keep the Sheik at bay, but despite that single hit, not going the way of Ram right now. As just the presence of Sheik, very surprisingly but very effectively, keeping that Snake on the far reaches of the zones here.
Yeah, if you remember, I was saying a little earlier that how Deltaforce has been looking for a secondary for a couple of specific matchups. One of them is Snake.
Okay.
This character, what Snake can really do is play a better disruption game for the setup time that Link usually takes. Because at the time for Link to throw one boomerang, Snake has 2 grenades and a C4 out and ready and out and about.
Yeah, yeah.
The ability for Sheik to penetrate those zones is much, much more effective. And in turn, we get to see this Sheik, while practiced, is for some opportunities to flourish.
Yeah. Right now, we're trying to see that Snake flourish despite, again, just being relegated to that ledge. Basically setting up shop on that left side of the stage to sell the arsenal that he has in his back pocket. Because right now it's not doing any effective use for him on stage. Does he have a bomb ready and waiting? No.
C4's on stage.
Air dodge, yeah, and no grenade in tow. First stock benefiting the way of Deltaforce. And again, just the prowess of Sheik. But again, we all know of that up tilt just in the pocket, ready and waiting whenever he wants to throw it out.
I'm gonna hit you all with the age-old adage. Snake spot dodge is just a startup animation for up tilt.
Too true.
Oh. I'm gonna hit you with the age-old adage. SDs are bad. And that's a rough one to take, especially with the game plan that Deltaforce has been employing, which has been a crawl.
Oh,
like, he's not trying to smother Snake, which is fair. Like, frame 1 grenade goes crazy.
Yeah.
But you have to find ways to hit your combos in a safe and strongly placed manner. Like, know when to go in, know when to control the game, and know when to not get hit. And he's been doing that really well. It's unfortunate that he's down a stock despite it.
Yeah. And again, that movement of Sheik starting to get cut off by the grenade options that Ram is finally able to pull out here, recognizing that a lot of Sheik's utility comes from those combos that set up into the kill of the back air. Not going to take, though, but again, Deltaforce a lot more poised to edge this out with Ram being at 146. Looking for a bomb of all things, but unfortunately, bomb will not do it. Do not pull out that bomb off that side.
That's 2 for 2 from this input.
The more advanced bomb being in the hands of Snake, as he will put Ram's advances now up 1-0 here.
That's really unfortunate. Like, it felt like the Sheik was cooking and doing, maybe not necessarily cooking when it comes to like the traditional means, but like it was playing the matchup well, and that's really big. Except, you just like with a couple SDs there, with a couple like misspacings, looking for a quick bouncing fish, and instead you get side B. Like, that's tough, and tough enough to force onto the Link. Just trying to ride it out with your best character and playing your best games in what is going to be a fest of people throwing stuff at each other. Like, literally, like, item toss frame data is actually going to matter here. And luckily for Snake, he's got some real good item toss frame data.
For sure. But yeah, he is going off with that master, the pocket frame 1 of the grenade as well. But he has some beefy hits to back it up right on the other side of things.
That can 2 frames. My breath was being held.
And right now, with the control finally going the way, a little bit fighting back is Deltaforce now. Might he be the one holding his breath, as he has Ram now pinned to this left side. But again, the grenade interference, much like it was for Sheik, it's proving a little bit detrimental for Deltaforce to get around as well. Right now, sorry, but the Cypher of all things knocking the bomb closer to Link and getting Ram's safe haven back on stage was a little too funny for me.
Oh, very nice bomb recovery, executing it properly and no interference from the Nikita in order to make sure that he's got this stock. This up throw might do it with the rage. Not quite. Snake's heavy enough, and the up air, no dice either. Deltaforce not trying to drop this stock himself. A lead matters so much, and there it is. The reverse boomerang into the up tilt. It comes back, and it finishes that stock off just like that forward air almost did. Jeez. Okay, Ram is playing a different game than he usually is, because most of the time when you watch Ram play, game one, he goes a little bit off the wall, tries a bunch of stuff, tries a whole bunch of his like specific tech or unique setups, and he slowly drives down the pace of the set, or the pace of each game as the set goes on.
Interesting.
This time, however, he's playing a little bit more, he's playing with a little bit more initiative. He's trying to instead force a lot of these items to interact and detonate the grenade in Link's face instead of the latter.
So he's trying to prep those advances by going with the more safe option of the grenade. And then
yeah, like by placing a grenade, like most of the time a lot of these items or these boomerangs and bombs from Link, they're meant to detonate the grenades and stuff in when Snake is throwing them out.
Yeah.
But by playing with a little bit more forward, a little bit more quote-unquote aggressive, or just being a little bit
calculated
more, yeah, a little bit more like mid-range instead of full screen,
yeah,
he's allowing those grenades to try and blow up in Link's face. That does, however, leave him open to this mid-range pressure of Link's raw sword, as we see the up air close out the stock for Deltaforce, really rocking with this lead right now, assuming the Nikita doesn't spoil his fun.
Right now with 103 on, it could be very soon that it spoils it, but not if Deltaforce has anything to say at it, as he gets a hefty combo, accruing 81 damage with that bit out of the magnifying glass adding on, and still racking it up, just going out in a blaze of glory, even in the fires of the grenade, still commanding stage control, still setting that Snake on the back pedal, and trying to read something there with a down smash, but nothing doing, but no conversion as well. Great hop away, but all told, in the end, still going to close that out, making it another 1-1 situation. Unbelievable that we have another Game 3 situation for our final losers qualifier sets. And it's going to be a tooth and nail fight for Ram and Deltaforce in this respects here.
That was really well played.
Again, a projectile slog, and Link's been doing it a little bit longer, at least in terms of who's been around on Nintendo versus PlayStation, essentially, for Snake. Link has been a little more well-versed in the projectile prowess. Yeah. So we'll see if he can carry it through the game, through the potentially finality of this Game 3 here for Ram, or it could go the other way to Deltaforce here.
And we see the change-up yet again.
Yeah.
So Snake is a very flexible character. One of the best things about him is that no two Snakes play the same, which is amazing to watch, personally. I really love it. But we get to see not only a really solid combo there from Deltaforce and an interception as well, who's started getting a ton of damage, but we're seeing Ram play a little bit less focus on grenade positioning and more on Snake positioning. Slightly different, but you still have to contest with Link's sword, and that air dodge is going to get scooped up, but not with the finisher from that spin attack, giving Ram another lease on life, and the parry into down tilt. Snake's up close frame data is nothing to scoff at, and we get to see if the spacing was, if Ram was able to bypass the spacing, but not so with that forward air, the second hit, excellently placed.
Absolutely, yeah. Link being the hero of time, and with these projectiles, it's going to be a long match. It is just folding right back in the hero of time's pocket, basically adding more truth to his namesake, and just still, keeping Ram guessing how he's going to advance, even though he has grenade in pocket, ready and willing to throw it out. He just seems so unaware and unsure of how he's going to approach Deltaforce with that grenade aiding him in any respect. It's certainly not showing right now, and just finally comes in with a dash attack, but he's resorting a lot more to that grenade when he should be closing that gap. His opponent was at 136. He should be looking for the kill option. Instead, he was trying to pull out another grenade to sort of keep moving forward. When I thought he had it, finally does. But
that was really nice. The F-1 into the mortar hit. A nice setup from Ram, but I feel like a lot of what Ram is focusing on is it's that tool of, hey, I'm trying to not take too much damage here when I'm trying to make this comeback. when sometimes, like, Snake is a heavy character, and trading is part of his game plan. Minimizing damage is a great sentiment, but sometimes you gotta give a little in order to have some big returns.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's trying not to forfeit any inch, letting the grenades find a lot of pot shots, and they're doing a really good job of it now. And at 9 or 10% apiece, this game is right back to even.
Exactly, yeah. Right here, it's fine where he's accruing that damage on, but like, as soon as you start approaching 100, you got to think, okay, maybe I hold the grenade and move in with my character instead. And right now, he's keeping it pretty much toe-to-toe, approaching that 100, so I certainly like the newer approach on how he's potentially going to take the stock here.
Yeah, he's doing what Ram does best, like take control of the game by cooking different grenades and having like these different internal clocks, forcing your opponent to do the same thing by playing around with the grenade. And even these bomb timers getting just by with the air dodge, barely able to make it back, and then Nikita wraps it up. Deltaforce so close to a stock advantage with that forward tilt, but at the end of the day, it is going to be Ram's advantage for the remainder of this second stock up until exactly that forward air. Shades of stock 1, Link fair 2, just before hitting the ground. Super nice spacing there from Deltaforce as we are on, once again, final stock, game 3 of a loser's top 8 qualifier.
And right now, just Ram is eating it right now. So much damage. The way that Deltaforce rather, has been so far away. Yeah, I'm sorry. Through the fire and flames. That's more akin to what's happening on screen, though. Ram is just getting bombarded even by his own grenades. Bomb as well. He's just going through the fires and flames, but still coming out not unscathed. He is just getting singed and burned for it right now.
But yet he carries on, and he still is he's powering through so much of the disruption that Deltaforce has been playing. Doesn't take a lot in order to get you within a striking range for Snake. That back air excellently placed, looking for the roll behind, but the bomb toss getting caught by Deltaforce, and now he's in the best position he can be. Bomb at ledge, looking for these forward airs, looking for these forward tilts. Nothing doing quite yet. Let's see if Deltaforce is able to wrap it up in this game, get himself to top 8. Looking, finding, hunting, just barely missing on some of this high recoveries though from Ram, having to force to play it slow. And Rage Snake is certainly something to be scared of.
Right now, just again, that bomb certainly something as well. Is why he throws it away. Too sweet. And now he has an advance on stage, though. Simple grab, though, will give Deltaforce another stake at life here on taking out Ram. Just so much use of that Cypher, just so pristine movement off of that Cypher as well.
Mini boss C4 kills here. Like, I just want everyone to be aware, because that is Ram's win condition, but he does not take into account for the bomb bouncing off stage and extending Link's burst range so far, and just deep enough in order to close out that stock. Ram was trying to set up grenades on stage to immediately go from on ledge to potentially in the action on stage, and Deltaforce snipped that in the bud, taking the set 2-1 against what I would call a bracket demon as of late.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, the way that grenade was silenced just from the presence of the bomb alone, because it would have activated the bomb, and that's a secondary hurt box that Ram had to get around in order to get some ground control working his way. So, like, just the way that Deltaforce could just set the trap there, obvious trap, the way, that C4 is sometimes missed on stage by someone with aged eyes.